us here, they'll probably want to.
Right. Yeah. So, okay. So we're now recording so that everyone can hear it. Welcome to those of you who are joining via record. I was just saying to the people who are on this call that if you guys can follow along on your computer, it just kind of gives you the step-by-step and then you can do it yourself. But just watch and then go play. So I'm going to attempt to share my screen. Okay, everyone needs to remember that I am a newbie when it comes to sharing screens and doing videos like this. So just bear with me. Okay, when you get on, okay, wait a minute. Can you guys still see me a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So when you get onto vizzlie, when you first go into the app vizzlie.com, it's going to come in like this. You need to log in or create a free account. You're going to, if I hit login, it's going to say continue with Facebook. I always log into my vizzlie account through my Facebook. It's hooked up to my personal Facebook. That's just how it's set up. And I love it because then I don't have to do anything else with it. It's all joining. I'm going to show you guys a few of the different areas for you to play around just so that when you get in here yourself, you can figure it out. So with my little pointer here, the dashboard on the right-hand side, when it talks about activities, think of these things as going out from you to your groups, text messages, email campaigns, however you want to do it. This is the stuff that you're putting there to put out to people. The planning part down here, this is where we do all of our work, where we put things together, we make it the way we want it, and then we take from the planning and put it into the activities, and then we share it. I hope that makes sense. Anita and Crystal, if I'm going too fast, let me know. Or if I need to clarify something, let me know, okay? As you get more and more comfortable here, when you get on, you can ask to join certain teams. So Team Legacy is my little team. Dare to Dream and Artist Collective are like the bigger teams. And there is different templates in here or codes that you can use as templates. And I'll show you guys all templates. So don't worry about that. It will make sense as we get going here. Okay, so the planning is where we're going to sit tonight so that you can kind of figure out how to put a vizzlie together or how to play with a vizzlie once it's put together. I've already done a few YouTube videos about how to join a vizzlie and Facebook together to feed it out. So I'll give you guys those links a little later. But we're going to go into the planning. Now, you can use templates for Facebook, email, texting, Instagram, and then you have your gallery here. So these are all your image galleries. So this, if I click on my image gallery, this is going to show you all of the images that I have used in vizzlie before. Okay, there's a lot of them. It kind of gets out of control, but I love that once I put a graphic in here, it's in here. Every once in a while, I need to sit down and I need to organize them. But we are going to talk about templates for Facebook. Now,
I have a question. I just have
yes.
a question. So
yes.
all of those photos that you had in there,
yep. Yep.
Are we able to get them, or are those just your own?
No, I don't know how to share those folders, but as you load different templates into them, then you'll be able to get those templates.
Okay.
Or you'll be able to get those graphics. So if I shared with you my beach theme class, all of these, I'll show you what's in here. So you click on it and then you got to scroll down to find them. All of these graphics would be included plus more in my beach theme contour class. Okay, does that make sense, Crystal?
Yeah, totally does.
Okay, so, and I mean, this looks like I have tons of graphics. It's just because I've loaded lots of different templates in there and then sorted through what I want. Okay, so, and your graphics will grow as you use this too. So if I go into, so remember our planning is all about creating first, right? It's where we're going to put our stuff together and then push it out. Now, we talk in templates when we talk about vizzlie. Templates is basically, I'm going to piece it all together. And that is what I can use in this class and this class and this class and this class. Honestly, guys, I've done 4 Christmas classes using the same template. So I'm not having to recreate the wheel. And that's what I love so much about this. Okay, so when you're wanting to create or import a template, and this is where we're going to start right off the hop. I will give you, Anita, are you following along on your computer right now?
I am. Yep.
So Crystal, if you're following along on your computer, I would give you a code to put in. So if you go under Facebook templates and hit import template, it's going to come up with a template share code here. I have a whole bunch of share codes to share with you guys. And we actually even have, Anita, where do we keep it? Is it on Artist Collective that we have a whole bunch of vizzlie codes?
You know what? We used to have it in Dare to Dream, I think, and then I'm not sure where it switched over to.
Where it went to. Okay, we'll have to track it down. But there's a whole bunch of different codes. So Anita, I'm going to give you this code to punch in so you can follow along. Crystal, if you're able to write things down, you can write this down and then later go in to put this template in. Okay. The code is YW3XKEX.
Okay, where am I putting this in, Sarah?
You're
Sorry,
putting this, that's okay. You're in the import template.
templates.
So if you look at my screen here, there's the create a new template under Facebook templates, create new template or import template.
Oh, yes. Gotcha.
Yep.
Yep.
And then you
yep,
pull it
there.
up and it comes up as a enter the template share code. So that share code should have brought up, let me just pull it up. Where is it? Should have brought up this Christmas theme today. Did it, Anita?
It's just spinning. One moment,
Okay.
please. Rural internet, hang
Yeah,
tight.
nope, that's okay. I just want to make sure we're looking at the same template.
Today Christmas theme from Sarah. Yep.
Perfect. Okay. So this is the template I'm going to show you guys around. Okay. Once you've loaded this template, you can make all the changes you want to it and it will not affect me or anything I've designed. Once you load it into your vizzlie, it is yours to do with it what you want. Okay. So the very first thing you'll notice we can pick what days we want these all to go out. Okay. So I have 3 days, 2 days before, 3 days before, 2 days before, 1 day before, day of exact time. I have always designed my templates to be the day of exact time is the official day that the party starts. So that's when I have all my information posts going out with my live at the end. You can set this up however you want, and I'll show you how you can change it. So if you're like, I don't like the way Sarah thinks, I want to change when this is going out. You click on the post here and you hit edit. When you edit, the post is going to come up like this. Okay, it's going to come up with what days do you want this? Do you want this 4 days? Do you want this weeks, months, years, or do you want this before or after your start time? Because when you go to load this, you will get to say what day you're starting all of this happening. Okay, you get to pick the exact time or the relative start time. You can put your time in here. Always need a title. So I always like to order mine. These are my pre-posts and it's a welcome. And then you can read through it and you can be like, hey, yay, welcome to blah, blah, blah's holidays bash makeup tutorial. Now, you notice these little arrows on both sides of the hostess name. The reason I do this is so that I don't need to go through every single post and change up the hostess name. When I go to put this in, it's going to ask me to fill it. It's like an Excel sheet. When you put in like a what am I trying to think of? Basically, it's going to say every time this comes up with a little triangle, goes, hey, you need to put something in here into this template, and it will be the same thing recurring. And as you go through, you will see it coming up. So you can read through this whole thing. You can change it up, change what it's saying, and you literally just put your cursor in there, type it in, and keep on going. I'm going to take that out because this is my actual template. So you can add whatever you want in there for comments, however you want. If you continue to scroll down, it's going to ask you what kind of attachments you want. You can hit none, image, video, Facebook album, or web link. I will admit I've never used the Facebook album before, but I have used the video and I have used the web link before. These are just different ways for you to put graphics in. Now, Crystal, you were asking about all those graphics that I have in there. If you have some graphics saved that you're wanting to use, you can click on this, upload your image. And this is going to go into my actual, like on my computer, into my files and say, what image do you want to upload? You pick what image and you hit upload. So if I want to put this one in, it's going to think like this and think and think. Eventually it's going to say go. Twiddle your thumbs.
So you always have to do it from a computer, right?
No, you don't. I like to show it when you're first starting. I find the computer is the easiest because everything's nice and big. But I'll be honest with you, I do all of my vizzlie stuff basically on my phone now because all my graphics are there. It's set up the exact same way. It's just going to be tinier screen to work with.
Right. Okay.
So once you get your images here, now all of a sudden I have this rearrange button where I can move the order of them. It finished rearranging. If I don't want that picture there, I do this, it removes it. Okay, that's basically how it works. If you have stuff loaded into folders, I could click on here and say, hey, I want a beach theme. It's going to pull up my beach theme. I scroll down. Here's all my beach theme graphics that I can pick from. Okay, now that's a very, very quick rundown of how to put a post into Vizzlie. Once you have it the way you want, you hit update. It's going to think and it will save it. Okay, all the way down, you can do that for every single post. If you want to see how a post is going to look, you can go in here and hit preview post. So this is how it's going to read. Hi ladies, want to introduce myself, share a little bit about this makeup and why I love it. You scroll down, you'll see your graphics that are going to pop up with it. Okay, from here you can edit it or you can close it. Say, yeah, I like that. Now, I was talking about those little, is it going to show me it? It's not. Talking about those little triangles on either side of the word. And I'll show you why it's so neat. I can share this template with you guys and you will be able to go in and change up all of the information in here, right? Here's my hostess name, the day of the live. So what day I'm going to go live. I have in here the days of the class. Some days I do 2 days, some days I do a 1 day. But here's the thing is it makes it so that you guys can make this specific to whichever party you have going on so that you don't have to remake this every single time you have a party, which is why this is the work smarter, not harder app. Okay. That was a really quick rundown on that. Now, what if I wanted to add a post in here? I can hit new post and it's going to come up with the exact same creative post. So it's going to ask me what day do I want this on? Do I want this before the start date, after the start date, on the start date? And I can fiddle around with those, right? Relative to the starting time, I always pick an exact time of day because I like to know exactly when it's going to be going out. Title, type that in, type in whatever this is down here. And that would go in just like that. And I hit create. If I want to add graphics right here, it has no attachments. I want to add an attachment, then it's going to give me options. Okay, where do I want to get my attachments from? So, and then you would hit create if that's how you wanted it to show up. So I've walked you through that really quickly, and I know that was really quickly. I want to show you guys now kind of what you do in the activities part of it. Okay, so I got this all ready to go, and I'm going to want to feed it into the group. And this is kind of where my next videos kind of got into talking about how to put a Facebook group and Vizzlie together and load a template that way. That might actually be an easier one for you guys to watch. But if I go into, now remember activities is about feeding stuff out to people, okay? So if we go into so this is my personal page. I'm going to click on this one and I'm just going to show you guys how I have posts scheduled in here. So this is now clicking into a Facebook group. If I wanted to throw a template in here, this is where I would go to. Use a template. They'll ask you what template. If I want to use a 2-day Christmas one, which we were just working on, it's right there. I have lots of different templates, but this is where my Christmas theme is. I can pick it. It will ask me, when do I want to make my start date? What time do I want it to start going out? And do I want to put all of the posts that are in it? If I don't want to, I can go in and select which posts I want to go. Do I want it to be just this post, this post, this post? Which one do I want it to be? Or I can load all of them. That is totally fair as well. I'm not going to load it because this is actually feeding into. So if you guys look here, I'm going to show you this is feeding into my personal page. So you guys will see tomorrow morning, I'm going to have a Christmas cheer look going out, as well as I'm going to have the color of the day from the Advent calendar. Those are the two things I have going out. This is where that vizzlie template that Leon made for us, this is where I put it in, okay? This is, I have tons of templates loaded in here, but this is so that I actually don't have to think about what I'm posting. So down here though, this is where, you know how we made those little triangles on either side of the words? This is where it comes in handy. So somewhere in some of my posts, I have a December shopping link post. When I loaded it, it said, hey, you need to put something in here. This is where I put my shopping link. I'll try to find it for you guys actually, so you guys know what I'm talking about. Was it in this one? I feel like it would. I feel like it should be. Okay, so let's edit this post. So if you're looking at this post, looking for a little extra in your compact, and if I scroll down, I have my shopping link with the 2 triangles, December shopping link. This is where I can go in and I can tell Vizzlie that every time it sees that, this is what I want you to put into it. And that was what was at the bottom. Does that make sense to you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it will cue you. It won't let you go live with anything if you haven't filled in all of those little triangle areas, okay? As you can tell, I may not have got all the correct wording down pat, as I have a party link here and a shopping link there. I just don't have the right wording in there, but that's what makes it that we can use each other's templates and make it our own. So once you get all your posts ready to go, there's this little toggle up here. I'm going to turn everything off right now. And then it says, when you're ready, you turn on posting. You flip the toggle, and that's when things are going to start going out. Okay. Questions? Anything that I can clarify for you guys? That was really quick.
I have one.
Yes.
Can you only be running one template at a time into the same group? So in your
No.
beauty group?
No.
So
if you pay for Vizzlie,
yep,
you can run numerous templates into different groups. Okay. So if I
in the same group though.
Pardon, in the same group, I have like 6 different templates feeding into my personal
page.
Yeah. So
okay,
what you do, you know what, let me, I think I have a sample group here. I'm going to show you here.
okay, perfect.
Yeah.
That's the only thing, Sarah, is how to run more than template, because I track the group, open it, and import template, and then I'm like, well, how do I import another template?
Yeah, no, it's the same. I just need to find, Crystal, this is not yours. This is one that we played with earlier. So I'm not jumping into your group here. But
No, sorry.
So if I wanted to put a template into here, right? I have a template already in here. I'm going to use another template. I'm going to pick, let's say 12 Days of Christmas. It's going to come up. When do you want your first day to start? Post as be your own beautiful. Okay, now this part, you always need to have it going through. And this is what my other videos were that I've already pre-recorded. When you post vizzlie into a Facebook group, you need a business page. Okay, so this is where, and I talk about all of this in the other video, but so Crystal, you know how you set up your business page already?
Yeah.
That is perfect because that's actually what you need to feed vizzlie. So Facebook wants us to all go through business pages. So vizzlie needs to feed into your page. It won't show up on your page. It just has to say, yeah, going through a business page into a group. That's really all it's doing. It's not going to show up on your business page. It just has to be listed here. Okay. And I walk you guys all through that in the other video. This one is more just
it's kind of like behind the scenes, right? You're tracking and posting a template into a group, but kind of behind the scenes, you're going through your business page into your group, right?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to select all of the posts to go into this group and I'm going to load the template. Remember I said my first day is December 7th, which is way past here. So here, it's right, all in December 7th. Now, what if I want to have another one start December 7th too? I'm going to go in here again. I'm going to pick another, I'm going to say use a template. I'm going to go and pick Christmas theme. It's going to ask me what's my start time. Now, remember, this one's a little differently, right? In that my start date is my live date. So if I wanted to start posting tonight, my live date's actually, let's say, is that right? The 10th? Yeah, that should be. I'm going to load this template. Now watch this. It's going to all go in. We're going to scroll past here. Now, did you see that on December 7th? I have a pre-post here, which, and I have my day one.
So it's the date you pick. It's picking the date.
That's
multiple dates lets you put in multiple templates.
Yes, it does. Yeah. But
awesome.
I could pick another date. Like I could pick another template to start on the 7th.
Same date. Yep.
The templates don't affect each other once they're in there. They don't. The only way that's going to be affected is all of a sudden, what if let's say, oh, you know what? I want to delay this one. So see how there's a delay button here? Instead of it going out at 9:30, I want it to go out at, I can delay it by, you know what? Let's delay it by, 1 hour. Let's say that. Okay. Now it's going to say, okay, the original time was 9:30. You're adjusting it to 10:30. Do you want to adjust all of the other time? All the other posts. This is a really, you got to think about this, right? Because if you got stuff going out at certain times and you don't want to mess that up, you want to say no, only adjust this one. Okay. Delay the post. And then it's going to adjust it in here. So now it's at 10:30 instead of 9:30. Okay.
Cool.
If I wanted to post this, right, because you got to turn this over, it's not going to let me. See how all of a sudden it gives me that little crossed off bar there? It says you're missing some text replacements. Fill them out below. Hit the below. It's going to tell you these are all the places that I have those little triangles that need to get refilled. Okay, so if I clicked on this one, it's going to take me right. Oh, welcome again to Crystal's Fresh Fall Party. Save. Now, all of those posts will say Crystal in them.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yep. Don't type into the text where the triangles are.
That's right.
Type into the bar above. I've done that the wrong way.
Yeah. So, I mean, and if you follow it through, right, it says set the text replacement. So here's our keywords. This is what's prompting us. What do you want to replace it with, right? You put it in there and you can see the two places that adjusted here.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you can hit save and carry on. So that is how we get around sharing templates. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a minute. Okay, is there anything that I missed? That was a really quick overview of how to work with vizzlie, But I think if you can get in there and play around, and we have a whole host of templates to share. I've been working steadily at making seasonal ones throughout so that we have something for every season. So we have a fall one, a back to school. Crystal, you saw my back to school one because that was the one that I actually launched you with. So, right, I think that was, we did back to school, right, for your lunch party? I think we did. Anyway.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So, so that's a really quick overview. Very quick. Crystal, I know we kind of touched on this briefly earlier. Now that I've gone through it again, are there any questions that are kind of popping out?
I don't think so. I think once I get on there and play around more and I think, just play is what I need to do.
Yeah. So, and you know what? I set up a little private sample Facebook group for myself. Nobody else is on it. It's just mine. And that way I could practice doing a vizzlie and have it feed into there and see how it would feed in. So the other thing you can do is also run in your own groups, run a quick contour party in your own Facebook groups and see how it all rolls out on Vizzlie with Vizzlie, right? And then you don't have to be second guessing as you go through a party whether or not it's going out right. You know, like you can be guinea pigs for people. So do you both have that lip and cheek advent calendar code? Because that's one that you guys can put in there right away. There's not a lot of text to change. Actually, I don't think there's any text to change. You can just go ahead and feed it in and it will go out every single day. So
no, I don't have that code at all.
Okay. What I will do, I'll share that code. I'll send it in Telegram to you, Crystal.
Okay.
And that way,
thank you.
That's another code you can work with, right? I know we have a couple code. There is a Facebook group, a Saint Facebook group for Vizzlie that has a whole bunch of codes as well.
Vizzlie Vault.
There we go. No, it's an
Vizzlie Vault is teaching, right?
Yeah, Vault is the teaching. There's a Saint Vizzlie group that people put their codes in there. The one thing I will warn you about though is once you load that, so once you, let me just share my screen again and go in here. Once you load in a template, you need to make sure you actually read through it. Make sure there's nothing that you need to change in it, right? This is Whitney's 12 days of Christmas that she's doing right now. So if I pull it up here, I need to make sure that I read through to make sure, oh, tune in today for a live. Well, I'm not doing a live. So I would take that out, right? Those are the things that you kind of just have to be aware of, read through it. I know if you go into my, well, even my Christmas one, you guys are going to have to make a few changes, right? Because I introduced myself in here. It's stuff that is totally me. It doesn't make sense for anyone else. For Anita to post this, it would look really weird because my name's right here, right? For her to post that, people would be like, who's Sarah Sybottom? I thought Anita was running this, right? So it's just going through and having a look, read every text and template, and then look at the pictures because I got pictures of my face on here and my family. I used to have family pictures here too. The other thing is, if you scroll through, at the end of all my parties, if they're not launch parties, I invite people to join my Facebook group. Well, you don't really want all of your customers to be joining my group, okay? I'll just put that out there. You want them to be following you. Where is that? Right here, join my beauty page, my beauty group, right? If you look at it, it will say, join my beauty group and follow me for tips and tricks. And I leave it so that you guys can fill in your own Facebook group, right? That would be your share button. But if you look at the actual graphics, I've actually taken a picture of my Facebook banner. That's going to look really weird if you guys post that with your own Facebook group, right? So just because the templates are set to go, read through them. It does take a little bit, but once you have the template the way you want it, honestly, guys, it takes me maybe 10 minutes to set up a party now. It doesn't take me very long because I have the template made up.
Yeah, when I import any template, I right away edit the title and put Anita's 12 days of Christmas or whatever, and then make sure I go in and go through all the posts and change the introduction, the Facebook, all of that stuff, right? So that I know I'm not using Sarah's, I'm using Anita's, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay. I know, Crystal, I just turned the fire hose on in front of your face here again. I apologize. But I really do, to be honest with you guys, this is how I ran my business over the summer. I sat down in May and came up with Makeover Monday. I used a Makeover Monday template that basically gave us like 26 makeovers. I used a Tip Tuesday template. I used a Wow Wednesday or Wear It Wednesday. I always put something on Thursday, and then Friday I talked about Freedom Friday and talked about the artist program. And then Sunday I always had an inspirational quote. That is still, if you look at my template at my vizzlie or my Facebook group, you can still see that I'm still following that. Those are the templates I have going out. So in saying that, we have a lot of those templates.
The good ones to use too are those 30 days of, right?
Yes.
30 days. So you have one post a day going out about a different eyeshadow, or 30 days tips or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So you have at least one thing coming out every day for sure.
Yeah, it just makes it more consistent, right? So yeah, that's that is Vizzlie overview really quickly. So what I encourage everyone to do, take that code that I gave you guys, and I'll send it out in the Telegram chat again. Take that code, plug it in to the planning part Facebook templates, and play around with it. Just see how it rolls out, right? Change the dates. Like I said, if it's not making sense how I set it up yourself, right? If you want the very first day to be the very first day that any kind of posting goes out, make that your very first day. That's okay. You just got to keep it straight in your own brain how it's going to work for you. Yeah, I think that's all I got. And then I'll send you guys the links to my other YouTube videos because they're so inspirational and so knowledgeable. But you know what?
Perfect.
Well, this way it's just
there.
If I can't sit down and do this, then the teaching is there. And you guys are, I'm going to upload this video actually to YouTube as well. So you guys are going to be on YouTube with me. Lucky you. Just because I think then people can go and watch it, right? And they can go, that's right. Cheers to that. So
cheers.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to leave you ladies to play with that. I am going to